7.
Number 6.
I may have the Packers a little low at 6. They could be better. But after that ugly pick 6 against the Rams, Jordan Love at 140 passer rating. The defense leads the NFL with 45 big plays. We love their tight end, wide receiver grouping. That Kraft kid is something else. They also lead the NFL in takeaways. That's rare for the Packers. So they make big plays on both sides of the ball. Again, I think they're probably better than 6. I'm getting halves. I'm getting quarters. I love them instead of a full game, but let's put them at 6.
Number 5.
Yeah, listen. I think also the Green Bay Packers are very similar to me as the Houston Texans. They're going to continue to evolve and grow. Jordan Love is going to continue to get better throughout the season, get more comfortable. People are already so quick to bury Jordan Love. Someone in the comment section today that I was reading was like, Jordan Love is awful. He got overpaid because he got lucky in a fluke playoff game against the Cowboys. His footwork is awful, and he doesn't deserve the money. And I'm like, so you know better than like all the other coaches out there and all the other players and GMs and the general consensus of Jordan Love being great, and it's just like, yeah, I don't even know, man. I honestly don't even know. But I think this Packers team, again, it was not an ideal start with it losing your quarterback at the end of game 1, right? Week 1, and on a weird Friday game in Brazil. That is literally as non-ideal as you can possibly get, right? It was an absurd thing. He can't even get treatment right away because he's not even, home. He's not even in the country. Like it just was such an unfortunate circumstance. And so yeah, it's going to take a minute or two for the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love to get situated, because not to mention the team. This is also being not really looked at. They're preparing to play one way. This just shows you how resilient the Green Bay Packers are. They were preparing to play one way with Jordan Love. Jordan Love goes down. Now they have to change everything. They have to switch everything up. They're playing with an unknown, for the most part, backup quarterback. You're changing the game plan. You're changing the approach. You're changing the energy. It's just different all around, right? Defense needs to step up. Offense needs to figure out who's this guy. How do we win with this guy? What do we need? The receivers, the running backs, the play caller, obviously Matt LaFleur. It's a lot going on. He now plays 2 games, and now you're bringing back Jordan Love. Now you got to revert back to what you originally had planned, what you had been doing all offseason and preseason and all of that in practices. But now you're with a quarterback who's not 100% healthy just yet. He's kind of playing himself not only into shape and into health, but now also just game readiness because he hasn't been playing. The rest of the team is now 3 weeks ahead of him because they've now been playing and he's not. He hasn't even been able to practice. It's one thing if he was fully healthy and he just wasn't playing for some weird reason, but he was still able to practice. He was still able to put in the work, but he wasn't. He was probably able to like ride the bike, go walk on a treadmill, do some physical therapy type exercises. Was able to throw, but not really how he normally does. He wasn't running practices. He wasn't doing what he normally does. So now he's behind. He's now really trying to do everything he can. He now has to go up against an awesome defense, the Minnesota Vikings. Brian Flores, who's been really owning a lot of quarterbacks. He gets kind of roughed up in that game, right? And then you have this next game, which I think he looked better. Again, it wasn't a perfect game. He definitely made some mistakes. But he's just now kind of still integrating himself. And now moving forward, I'm going to be looking at who are the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love, right? What does week 6, 7, 8, 9 look like? Because I think the Green Bay Packers are a top team in the NFL. I think they're going to get situated. I think they still have some angst around them, right? To me right now, this is what the Packers feel like. It's like if you have a really loud fan or like an air conditioning unit of some sort on, and you hear this buzzing, you just hear it. It's really loud, but it's been on for so long, you don't really recognize it, right? Like it doesn't like really dawn on you until you turn it off, and then you're just like, oh wow, it's so quiet now, right? I don't hear that buzzing. That's who the Packers are to me right now, right? They're a really great team that has this buzzing going on right now because they still have to kind of get resituated. Obviously, as I've already established, dealing with also even some injuries as well, not even just Jordan Love. So they got this buzz, they got this extra angst. Jordan Love obviously has some of that angst as well, but you could see in those 2 games, he's trying to like get situated and kind of, re-find his place with this Packers team. And eventually, they're going to turn off that buzz. They're going to turn off that unit, and it's going to be, this is who the Packers are right now. And that's what we saw in those final 10 games of last season. And that's what we saw in the playoffs, even against the 49ers where they ended up losing. They're going to get back to that because there's no reason for me to believe otherwise. I don't think Jordan Love was just a 10-week wonder, right? I don't think Matt LaFleur is suddenly a bad coach. I don't suddenly think that this team suddenly doesn't know how to play winning football or that they're not well coached and well prepared, right? I don't see that happening. I see a lot of inconsistent football from every single team in the NFL right now. Every single team. So I see no reason why to highlight the Green Bay Packers as a team that is like extra in that regard or extra concerning. Because if you're going to have concerns about the Green Bay Packers, then you have to have concerns about every single team out there. Every single team. There's not a single team that you want to be like, well, they're protected from that. Not even the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's why I'm not concerned about the Packers. Maybe if this was a year when everybody was really dominant, right? If the Chiefs were rolling, I know they're winning, but they're not rolling as we, normally see the Chiefs. Although the Saints was obviously a nice win for them. The 49ers, right? They're not rolling. Even the Ravens, right? Like they've had some hard fought wins recently. All losing to the Raiders, right? They got off to a very bizarre start, so it's like even hard to gauge them. The Bills were rolling and now they're not, right? The Texans aren't ultra hot. The Vikings have been winning, but some of those games are getting closer and closer, quite frankly. So, right, if some of these other teams were truly rolling and a few like top teams where I'm like, oh man, these teams are just looking awesome right now. Who can catch them? Then I would be more concerned about the Packers. But Packers seem to be par for the course right now. They seem to be in the same pool as everyone else, as everyone else in terms of the other great teams that I think. So that's why I'm excited to see. This is the way how I feel like this season's going to end up going. Who just puts it all together first, right? Which team starts to really lock in all those pieces? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like some sort of like puzzle that you have to just kind of keep like turning and twisting and putting together. And it's just like, who's going to do it first? Who's going to put it all together first? Or who's going to do it at the right time, right? Who's going to be able to do it by week 15, 16, 17 and into the playoffs, right? Like that to me is where this all kind of ends up going. Who gets it right? Who ends up being the healthiest? And that's how this season ultimately will go come time playoffs. So I think the Packers are in a great spot. I haven't lost any faith in them. No lost faith in Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, the whole team, the team as a whole. So I'm excited to see Jordan Love get settled and situated and prove that he is a top quarterback in the NFL. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers being, what was he? What were they, 6, I think? 6 on the herd hierarchy. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.